In a world that's always moving faster, where notifications buzz constantly, deadlines loom, and multitasking is rewarded, finding a way to slow down can feel almost impossible. Yet, that very feeling of overwhelm is our cue, an internal signal telling us that a different pace is not only possible, but necessary for our well-being and happiness. Slowing down doesn't mean abandoning ambition or productivity. Instead, it's about reclaiming control over our time, rediscovering meaning in the everyday, and allowing ourselves to breathe more deeply, see more clearly, and live more fully. One of the first steps to slowing down is to become aware of the pace you're living at. Often, we become so accustomed to rushing from task to task that we don't even realize how quickly life is passing us by. Start by taking a simple inventory of your day. Notice how you move through your routines, how often you check your phone, how quickly you eat your meals, or how absent you feel during conversations. Awareness is the seed from which change can grow. With that awareness, the next step is to simplify your commitments. Overcommitting is a common reason we feel rushed. It can be tempting to say yes to every opportunity or obligation, but doing so spreads our attention thin and leaves us feeling exhausted. Take a look at your calendar and ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What brings joy, purpose, or connection? Begin the gentle practice of saying no to what doesn't serve those values and yes to what does. It's not about doing less for the sake of doing less, but about doing more of what matters most. Once you've made room in your schedule, replace constant busyness with intention. Start each morning by setting an intention for how you want your day to feel, not just what you want to accomplish. Perhaps you choose words like calm, present, or open. Let this intention guide your actions and responses, creating a subtle shift from reactivity to deliberate living. One of the most powerful tools for slowing down is the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness simply means paying attention, on purpose, to the present moment. You don't need to retreat to a quiet mountaintop or begin an hour-long meditation practice, though you may find joy in those activities too. Mindfulness can be as simple as fully experiencing your first sip of coffee in the morning, noticing the warmth of the mug and the flavors on your tongue. It can be standing outside for a moment, feeling the breeze against your skin, and hearing the rustle of leaves. By anchoring yourself in these small moments, you gradually retrain your mind to value quality of experience over quantity of tasks. Another way to cultivate slowness is to build pauses into your day. Our society often glorifies nonstop activity, but productivity actually increases when we allow space between tasks. Try scheduling short breaks every hour to stretch, breathe, or simply gaze out a window. Even 30 seconds of intentional stillness can recharge your mind and restore focus. Use transitions, such as walking from your car to your office or waiting for a meeting to begin, as opportunities for mindful pause. In our digital age, the constant flow of information can make it hard to find stillness. Technology is a remarkable tool, but without boundaries, it can erode our ability to slow down. Set clear limits on screen time. Consider implementing tech-free moments, perhaps during meals, before bedtime, or during a walk. Silence those persistent notifications and give yourself permission to be unreachable, even if only for a short while. Notice how your attention expands and how much lighter you feel without the pull towards the next alert. Embracing slowness also means savoring the simple pleasures that bring us back to ourselves. Enjoying a leisurely walk, reading a book for pleasure, or cooking a meal from scratch are all invitations to engage our senses and reconnect with the present moment. Find rituals that ground you, whether it's journaling in the morning, listening to your favorite music, or sharing a quiet conversation with a loved one. These rituals aren't luxuries, they are necessities for a balanced, fulfilling life. Slowing down is not only an individual practice, but also a collective one. Cultivate deeper connections by being fully present with others. Listen actively during conversations without the urge to interrupt or offer solutions immediately. Allow pauses in dialogue, and notice the richness that arises when two people truly take the time to understand each other. Relationships are nourished when we give each other the gift of our full, unrushed attention. You might notice resistance as you begin to slow down, perhaps even a sense of guilt. It's natural. We've been conditioned to equate busyness with worth and idleness with laziness. But reflect on the greater purpose behind your desire for slowness. Remember that rest and reflection are not merely breaks from living, but essential parts of a meaningful, creative, and productive life. Nature, too, can be a great teacher in the art of slowing down. The earth moves through cycles of activity and rest, of blossoming and drawing inward. Spend time outdoors if you can. Observe the gentle rhythm of a river, the swaying of trees, the flight of birds. Let their unhurried existence remind you that life is not a race, but a journey to be savored, one step at a time. Slowing down may require courage, especially in a world that prizes acceleration. But it is in slowness that we discover the beauty of the ordinary, the wisdom of our own hearts, and the depth of our connections to others. We learn to listen to our thoughts, to our bodies, to the world around us. And, perhaps most importantly, we learn to be. Not just to do, not just to achieve, but to simply exist, fully and deeply, in each precious moment. By choosing to slow down, you are making a radical statement that life is not something to be rushed through, but to be lived with intention, attention, and care. So take a breath, look around, and allow yourself the space to slow down, even just a little. The world might not change, but how you move through it will. And in the end, that can make all the difference.